Does Islam discriminate in inheritance between men and women? Do men get more than women, or do women get more than men? In reality, it's much more complicated than that. How much a person inherits is related to how close they are to the deceased. Are they male or female? Are they blood or marital relations? And do they belong to the older generation or do they belong to the younger generation? Women inherit more than men in 16 situations, and there are 10 situations where men and women inherit equal amounts. And in 4 situations, men inherit more than women. There are steps to inheritance. First, you have to take care of the funeral. After that, you look at if the deceased has any debts or loans, then that must be taken care of. Next, you look at the will or the wasiyah, and after that, we have the distribution among heirs. Here is a chart that shows the difference between wasiyah, hibah, and fara'il. For the wasiyah, the time of giving is after death. When writing a will, the deceased may only write how they want to distribute up to 1/3 of the estate. The recipients are non-heirs, and all heirs are willing to approve of the inheritance. Hibah happens when the person is alive and there are no limits. The recipients are heirs or non-heirs, and the heir's approval is not required. As for fara'id, it also happens after death, and the limit is based on the fara'id calculations. The recipients are family heirs, and it's also based on equal distribution. This is a basic diagram that shows the rules of fara'id. Most of the Islamic law for inheritance has been detailed in Surah An-Nisa, and the amount of inheritance varies from person to person. When someone dies, we look at if they have children or not. If they have children, then we check if they have sons, daughters, or both, and based on that, we decide how much the other members of the family get. If the deceased has no children, we look at if they have siblings and how many. Based on the amount of siblings the deceased has, we decide how much the rest of the family gets. This is one of the reasons why lineage is very important in Islam. A question that many people ask is, why does a man inherit double a woman? The answer is simple. A man must provide for his family, and a woman can do what she wants with what she inherits. There are cases where a person is denied the right for inheritance. The first is the Muslim does not inherit from a non-Muslim, and a non-Muslim does not inherit from a Muslim. And the second is that the murderer will not inherit. So if you kill that person, you cannot inherit from that person. And the third case is a special case, which does not apply today. If the deceased is a prophet, then there is no inheritance. That is all for the basics of inheritance. Thank you.